How's it going, everybody? I hope you're having a good day. It's good to have you back on the channel. It's Friday, July 10th, so let's talk capital. Thank God it's Friday, right? But more importantly, we ended the week with a bang here. Before I jump into S&P 500, I want to give quick updates. Amazon is sitting at 3,200. Netflix hit our target of 520 and blew right through it, closed the week at 548. And the biggest winner here is Tesla, closing at 1544, guys. Tesla's making me look like a fool, which I love. You know, you can't get them all right, but this is incredible. So Elon Musk just passed Warren Buffett on the Forbes list of top 10 billionaires. He's actually number 7 now. His net worth is 70 billion now. Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk have absolutely been killing it. Tesla, Amazon, absolutely killing it, guys. These are major moves these guys are making. Up 150 bucks, 10%. Netflix is up 8%. Amazon, while not up much today, it's up 200 bucks for the week, which is absolutely amazing. All the major players killing it in the markets this week, and the S&P 500 is just showing that. So if you guys remember, we talked about yesterday and a couple days ago how what I would like out of the weekly close is a close above 3170. We got to close at 3178 for the weekly, so we're definitely looking more bullish than bearish. Immediate resistance as of right now sits at 3193, and then we have a harder target at 3218. But once we take these guys out, we're going to be moving really quickly up to the median line of the channel here. So basically what I expect for the next 2 weeks is for us to do something like this and then come back down here, and then we'll probably play around here before we go up to the top side. But as far as everything goes, all the indexes are looking very, very bullish. Let's look at NASDAQ real quick. NASDAQ, wow, NASDAQ almost closed at 11,000, closing at 10,836. That's amazing. Dow Jones closing at basically 26,000. This is all very, very bullish, guys. If we go back down to the daily here, you can see how we held support and basically closed above super short-term resistance here. So our next target level is basically 2118 to 219. I'm sorry, I always get my numbers wrong. The next target is 3218 to 3190. Okay, so basically a 30-point range there, where once we break that, we move immediately upwards, and that's realistically what I'm expecting next week. We're getting a lot of bullish news coming in, not only for the markets but also on the virus. Gilead is very close to coming up with a vaccine here. What they're saying, we don't know if that's true or not, but that's definitely more positive for the market than it is negative. That's basically what is pushing the market right now, on top of everything else. Okay, so moving on to gold. Gold closed the weekly of an indecision candle, which is to be expected. This is basically the last, oops, that's not month, that's monthly, that's not weekly. Okay, so gold closed the weekly candle, not an indecision candle, but leaving a wick at the top. Okay, so this is a bullish candle. We did close above our indecision weekly candle of last week, so we do have a clear direction now. It's upwards. But let me explain to you guys this, and let me go back on monthly so we can see this. This 3228 level is the last real level of resistance before we break out and go to 2000 or 1919. Okay, so if this breaks, it's going to be a very big push to the upside, which is why we're sitting here. And basically the market is contemplating on what it wants to do, whether we want to move upwards or give a small retracement. Now these two lines in the gray this is the short-term trend line, and this is a long-term trend line. I don't expect this trend line to be hit anytime soon. This will probably get hit somewhere up here. If you guys see this comes up, we'll probably break out and then retrace back to the top right here, which would basically line that up perfectly with our line here, right? So we would come back here and bounce right off of this. But this short-term trend line is the one you want to keep your eyes on. So basically the lowest we can go on this in the short term is about, I mean, if we go down in a straight line, we're going down 1684. That's not going to happen. Realistically, what we're looking at is about 1725 to 1750 being our level of support before we go for an attempt at breaking the all-time high. As far as daily goes, it came down perfectly and touched our level of support here. So what I'm going to be looking at, and honestly this looks very nice on the 4 hour, as you guys can see, it came down but it held support, right? This was support here, we held the tops here, and we closed above the top here. So, and we're holding the hammer candle two on the 4 hour two here. So I'm expecting a bounce out of here. Obviously short term resistance is that. Not expecting that to be much of a resistance as long as we can get some follow through moving upwards. So gold is looking very bullish. As I said in my last video, gold remains king. Gold is just beating all expectations, which is awesome. It's fun to watch, right? And lastly, let's go to Bitcoin. Bitcoin did have a slight downturn last night, and I'm sure everybody got worried. We got down to 9,050, and I'm sure everybody's like, oh man, are we going down? Is this the end of it? What's going on here? So here's the deal. As you guys can see, we've been holding this gray trend line for now over 64 days, and we've been doing nothing but setting higher lows on this trend line that goes all the way back down here to February of 2019. So we held it here, 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 and more importantly, you have to notice all of these are lower highs, right? And this time we didn't even get to touch it, which means the bulls are more in control than we want to believe. Okay, now the important thing is here to push up and close above 9,500 in the coming days. Okay, or else if we can get a close above 9,500, then we can try to make a move up to this level of resistance and go ahead and break that, or we could reject it and come back down, right? But the key to getting a breakout here is getting a 9,500 close. Okay, if we don't get a 9,500 close, then we're more than likely going to continue to range here. As I said in the last video, we're more than likely going to continue to range here until we finally get a breakout on this, right? And if we look at the volume here, we still haven't seen a resolution on this declining volume. So this means that there's no breakout on either direction yet. We're still consolidating. Okay, so it's going to be important to watch how Bitcoin closes for the week. Bitcoin weekly as of now looks more bullish than bearish. It's going to be interesting to see where this closes. If this can somehow manage to close at the top of the range that we had during this week, which would basically be 9,500, that would be a very bullish sign. We would basically be engulfing 1, 2, 3 weeks of data, and that's obviously bullish, right? So if we can get a close above 9,500, we're going to look very, very nice. That's the thing to keep your eye on. As always, thank you guys for watching. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It helps a lot. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'll see you on Monday.